I recently had a troubling experience when interacting with a Christian Facebook group that is politically active in advocating for family values and pushing back against abortion and militant LGBTQ activism. I have an interest in this group's activities because we have 2 school-aged children in a state that is aggressively pushing LGBTQ ideology into all schools. The other day they posted this meme. So that's Joaquin Phoenix playing Emperor Commodus in the film Gladiator, giving an emphatic thumbs down to the idea of accepting a friend request from someone who lists their pronouns, trans identity affirming style. The post has garnered thousands of likes and sparked quite a few derogatory comments from the group's largely Christian followers. And of course there's been counterattacks from LGBTQ allies who troll the site. So, in order to try to direct the conversation to ministering to the sinner rather than condemning them, I sort of tongue-in-cheek posted, or you could accept and share the gospel with them? ? Well, person A replied, "Don't throw your pearls before swine. Tried, all you get is attacks and hate." Person B, "And then they would report you for hate speech. Been there, done that." And person C, "And in return get a mouthful of expletives from an atheist." Then person D posted in response to someone else, "Which means they belong in a freak show." And person E put up this meme, "My pronouns are F you and F off." Person F wrote, "It's actually convenient when people have pronouns in their bio, as it instantly tells me I should never employ them, get into business with them, or have anything to do with them." There were some memes so bad I can't share them here. The post wasn't taken down, neither were the comments moderated. I understand that some LGBTQ people are hostile to Christians and what could happen when engaging with them. But what was really concerning was the self-righteous attitude towards them and lack of sympathy for or desire to minister to or share the gospel with them. Well, the post and the following comments reminded me of a parable Jesus told in Luke 18:9-14. "And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous, and despised others. 2 men went up into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee, and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, God, I thank thee that I am not as the other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possess. And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, God, be merciful unto me, a sinner. I tell you, this man, the publican, went down to his house justified, rather than the other. For everyone that exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted." In Jesus' day, Pharisees were considered to be, or were supposed to be, models of virtue, while publicans, also known as tax collectors, were despised for collecting taxes on behalf of the hated Roman colonizers and inflating their commission on top of that. They were considered traitors to their own people. Yet in this instance, it was the tax collector who Jesus said was the righteous one. Why? Because he was humble and knew he was a sinner in need of God's grace, whereas the Pharisee was full of religious pride and looked down on the sinful tax collector. It's really easy for Christians to fall into the trap of exalting ourselves and looking down on the so-called sinner. I'm preaching to myself here because I've been guilty of it too. The point here isn't that we have to accept every social media friend request we get, especially from random or dubious people. It's that when we encounter people anywhere in life who are not living according to the Bible, we shouldn't look down on them and immediately shun them. Our default reaction should be, how can I minister to this person? How can I preach the gospel to them? And then do as God leads, even if all we can do is show kindness to the person. Jesus said, "They that are whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance." Luke 5:31 and 32. And here's one from the Apostle Paul to remind us of our own need for mercy. "While we were yet sinners, Christ died for us." If you're a Christian, remember your own need for Christ's love and mercy. And if you're not a Christian, know that no matter your sin, He loves you and is willing to forgive and save you. Receive Him into your heart today.